Hello students, in the previous part of this chapter we have read about the different types of changes. Now let's discuss about the importance of the changes. Yes, these changes are very important in our daily life. Like if the milk is not converted into curd, how can we eat that, right? If the melting of the wax will not get, how can the candle get burned, right? Folding of the paper and folding of the object, molding of the object give different shapes and to the production of many objects. Like, so these changes are very important in our life, right? From studying all this, we have observed that most of the changes dependent on heating and cooling, right? So heating and cooling affect the object in different ways. So what are the ways? On heating, the material expands. When any of the material get heated, the components of that material get expanded, just like melting of ice. When the ice is heated into a pan, that expand and convert it into water, right? When you heat a plastic material, that also expand and melt it into the liquid form, right? So heating of any material expand the material. Now cooling. On cooling of any material, the material get contract. Material get contract, or we can say shrink. Okay, just like you, when it is cold weather, you shrink into a very small space, right? So same happens with the material. When the material of any object is cooled, then they get shrink. Okay, and if you feel hot, you expand and need more space to get into the environment. Okay, just like a thermometer. Have you seen thermometer? Clinical thermometer. So if we talk about the thermometer has mercury. When it is put into the mouth, the mercury of the thermometer get heated and expand into the capillary of the thermometer, and when it is cooled down, then that mercury get into the bulb. Okay, so this is also an example of heating and cooling effect of the material. Now let's discuss about the difference between reversible and irreversible changes. So as we know the properties of reversible and irreversible changes, we can draw a difference between reversible and irreversible changes. Okay, so these changes can be undone. Okay, irreversible, these changes cannot be undone. Okay, next is reversible changes are temporary and irreversible changes are permanent. Okay, examples are folding, melting, freezing, etc. And the examples of irreversible changes are heating, baking, mixing, etc. Okay, so these are the differences between reversible and irreversible changes. Now let's discuss about the difference between physical and chemical changes. So we know about the properties of physical and chemical changes, so we can make the difference between physical and chemical changes also. Okay, so what are physical changes? Only physical state of material changes in physical changes. Okay, only the physical state of any material changes is known as physical changes, right? And what are chemicals? When the substance changes chemically is known as chemical change. Okay, so next property of the physical changes are these can be reversible. Okay, physical changes can be reversible, and chemical changes, these cannot be reversible. Okay, the third property of physical changes is new substance, sorry, no new substance, here no, okay, no new substance is formed. In physical changes, there is no new substances formed, and in chemical change, new substance is formed. In chemical changes, the substance, new substance can be formed. Now, fourth is examples. Examples of the physical changes are folding, melting, freezing, etc. And the example of chemical changes: burning, heating, baking, rusting, etc. So this is all about the changes around us.